Hey, what's up? This is Sugar from Sound Candy Studio. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Audify's Mixchecker Pro. Welcome back. Right, so let's jump straight into this one. This is Audify's Mixchecker Pro. Now, the clue is in the name, it's a mix checker. So essentially, it allows you to reference your music on various devices, speakers, TVs, laptops, you name it, it should be on there. So what we're going to do is, there are 12 options on the front here, and we're going to have a look at the options, we're going to have a look at the interface, and we'll do it real quick, and then we're going to play some music. So let's go and have a look at the 12 options. I say there are 12, there are a lot more than 12 because underneath this there are some additional options. Let's look at the very first top. So we've got these vintage speakers. I'm guessing these are the Yamaha. We have a disco pool. We have a desktop speaker, a desktop computer and some speakers, a TV, blah blah blah, laptop, iPad, or if you're Android based, an Android tablet, and a phone, whether it be Android or OS, a set of earbuds, a set of speakers, headphones, a sedan, which is American for a car. And well, it's a model of a car in America, and then a small radio and some hi-fi speakers. I did say there were more to it than that. You can go in and select. So we have our vintage Yamaha speakers here, the 7-inch version here, but you can go in and change it to a 4-inch, 5, 6, 7, 8, and also the cube. So you can change it anyway, but we're going to stick with the defaults for now. Below that you have your noise button, which will give you some ambient noise. We can flick through that as well. We have the auto button, we have the bypass button. No need to mention what that is. We have our mono button, left, right and swapped, and we have our distortion button here. Below that we have the additional features for the items above. So where it says noise, we have subway, street, park, blah blah blah, bus, mall, car. We have different types of noise. And then we have the level, the dB level, so it's -30 to 0 dB. Then we have the time. The time really relates to this auto button. So if we put it on auto, it will cycle through these one by one so we can hear what it's doing on each one of those without having to manually select them all. Obviously, the mono button gives you mono, and the distortion button gives you distortion. So that's that. Then we have our default section, which we are on now. Then we have default mastering. So this is the default mastering. Then we have our home devices, obviously, which we've seen before. And then we have our on-the-go buttons, the on-the-go section, which we've seen before. So again, it's a certain set of headphones, an iPad, tablets, blah, blah, blah. Then we have our solid low end. This is obviously, it says what it says. Here we have a section which we've already seen this section before. And then we have the wrench icon. You know what's going to be under there. It says services, user manual, set calibration, check for updates, blah, blah, blah. But essentially what we want to do is we want to hear what this thing sounds like. And finally, I should say this, and it's one thing that I think all apps and plugins should have, is it should be scalable. I'm on 150%, and as you can see, we can scale it all the way to 200 and down to 75. Now, in this particular track I'm going to be using today, I've cheated a little bit. I've added a low end just for shits and giggles, just to see what it's going to sound like. So it's probably going to suck when we go to if we start on the default. It's probably going to be really terrible there. But the idea is that we're checking our reference, so that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, enough talking from me. Grab your studio headphones or your monitors or whatever. We're going to play some music and we're going to cycle through this thing. We'll also play with the noise and see what that sounds like. So let's go. Let's do this now then. I should say I've just hit the button here. So these are buttons which we can click individually. So I'm going to start again. I'll start in the default mode, which is in the bypass mode, and then we're going to engage it and cycle through them. Now, I have noticed that, and you probably already noticed, we're already 3 dB over. Now, I have noticed that we're currently having to ride the fader to keep this below. So if you see me making some adjustments, it's just that we're not clipping. Wow, look at that, look at that. Yes, right. So if you haven't got yourself a laptop, a set of earbuds, a bunch of headphones, a cube speaker, you know, NS10s, HS7s, whatever, if you don't have a huge plethora of things to test on, if you don't have a car and you're riding a bike, this application is probably going to be for you, because it does give you the ability to check a whole bunch of things that you wouldn't normally check on. And if you're honest with yourself, if you're not checking on a bunch of different things, why aren't you checking? I mean, we've got to think of it this way. We're making music in our studios and we're consuming it in our studios, but it actually isn't for you. We're making it for someone else. And if we're making it for someone else, we have to think about how are those people going to be listening to our music? And it's likely to be on one of the items you've already seen here. And if nothing else, you have to consider that option. You're not making your music, you're making it in your studio, but you're making it for other people. And they're going to be playing it on their iPod, their tablet. They're going to be listening to it through their TV. They're going to be listening to it in their car. They're going to be listening to it on the hi-fi. So you have to bear that in mind. So if you haven't considered it, I would say go off to Audified, go and download a copy of this. Go and download yourself a copy and play around for yourself. But this whole thing about making music, it is about making music, and it's about making it to the best of our abilities. That's all I'm going to say on that. One thing I should say, if you're not a fan of iLok, this does use iLok. And I've heard many forums, people don't like iLok. I love it. I like the security of it. I like it a lot. I don't see what the dislike about it. But if you have an issue with it, then leave a comment below, and you can tell me why you hate it. But I don't see why anyone would hate iLok. There's iLok Cloud, so if you have to move from studio to studio, you can put it in the cloud. That is an option. But certainly I will leave all the links in the description as to where you can find this. I like this product, and people have said to me in the comment section before, why do you keep saying you like stuff? To be honest with you, I don't review products that I don't like. I have lots of stuff sent to me and I don't review it if I don't like it. So if it makes it onto the channel, it's because I actually like it, and it's as simple as that. So I will tell you, so you guys take care. I'm going to play you out with the rest of the track. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything, then just fire something off to me, and if I can answer it, I certainly will. If I can't, I will. You should fire it off to Audified and let them if it's a technical question, don't ask me, but you can certainly ask those guys over there. They're very, very helpful. Okay, that's it for me. I will see you again this week. Take care. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you're coming onto this and you haven't left a comment, a good or bad comment, then please feel free. It's a community thing. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know what I need to do more of or what I need to do less of. Anyway, that's it for me. Take care for now. I will see you again this week. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.